didn't flip it. That's pretty awesome. I got it up to around 21, 22 miles an hour. It's pretty cool. Oh. Definitely my bike riding skills are off. That's got power. And the folks at HIMIWAY have a promo code KENS50, KENS50. You can go to this link. I'll put it in the description box and use that code, and you get a discount if you're interested in buying one of these. They've become really popular. I was out when one of the videos of riding at the very beginning. One of the neighbors happened to see me and said, "Was that you on a bike in the winter?" And so we talked, and they said they're very popular. We have a ton of trails around Vermont. The rail trail system, old railroad tracks that have been torn up and made into nice paths. They go 40, 50, 60 miles, I believe. This has a range of about 60 miles, up to 60 miles, I guess you'd say, if you assist pedaling and so on, depending on the terrain, how steep the hills are and whatnot. But I really like this. I've been excited to do this video. I don't know if you've could tell in my voice, but it's been fun. It's been a treat. Kind of got the wagon before the horse a little bit. You've seen how it goes. It's pretty awesome. So now I'm going to bring it in and put it together, kind of reversed. Let's do that. They say it weighs about 75 pounds. I have to be careful with my wrist, of course. I'll set up a little table and put it on there so we can see all the parts, how it goes together. All right, yeah, there we go. Woo! That's a really nice cardboard box. I'm handcuffing this thing, saying, "Set me free." I found, and I know what this is, a fender. I'm going to set these parts to the side. Really appreciate how well they packed it. They don't want to get scratches. Oh. You know what? This tire, this bad boy is going out in the snow. I haven't seen any videos of this in the snow. Might leave that on there. Use some of this stuff to protect it while it's up on my bench, on my table. Nice carrying rack. Kickstand. Let's free the kickstand. I think that might be the brake light. All right, we'll set that up on the table, protect it all, get it all ready. All righty. Let's put this up here. Where's the best way? There it is. I guess you just pick it up, eh? They have it pretty well cushioned. I think we're good. Come on up close and we'll take some more of this apart before we put it together. With the bike, when I took it out of the package, there were 5 separate pieces. There was the main part. There'll be some assembly to that. A fender, a rack, a front tire. Look at the tread on that thing. You know, this is as good as a snow tire. I'm pretty sure, well, you'll have already seen it. This will work well in the snow. And then there's a box of parts and probably directions and a hat. What? Let's see. I don't think you can put it together unless you're wearing a HIMIWAY hat. This is the Cruiser, by the way. Okay, it has a set of wrenches that you need to put it together. Headlight, brake, the foot pedals. There's a left and a right, I'm sure. Protector for the derailleur on the other side. This is the like sort of the front axle that will hold the tire, the front tire on. I'll give you some detail on that when we get near that time. I don't know what's in here. Okay, the battery charger. So I'm pretty sure there's, well, we'll look at that at some point when I get it unpackaged. We should take the battery off and get it charged. I'm going to set this over on the workbench, probably some of these other parts. Then as we need them, I'll bring them back over. I'll leave the wrenches here because that's probably quite important. All right, trading hats for a day. This really is not in my field of what I do as far as building garages, but this is like the coolest thing. I don't think I've ridden a bike for a while. Owner's manual, all right. And then the wrenches. I'm going to finish unpacking this stuff. I doubt that a HIMIWAY Cruiser has ever been unpackaged with a fillet knife. Oh, and there's the battery. They packaged this very well. I'm impressed with that. Handlebars. Fancy. Woo. So let's stand this thing up. See what it has for balance. See what happens. So we have the key. We have two of them. I found them. They were attached to the handlebars. Took that off. I think we'll release the battery and get that charging up. Pretty simple. When you turn the key, the battery, the top goes that way to release it. And then you pull it up. You can see the battery plugs in to right here. It locks in really well and then it snaps in here, so it's really in place. So we'll put a charge on this. It does have an indicator here that will tell you if it's full or empty. Let me take this off. It's saying it's pretty much full, I believe. Three green and one red. I'm going to charge it anyway, make sure. You can see that's green. And it turns red, so it is charging. Okay. So the indicator light is here for charging. I think that will turn green when it's fully charged. This will be the first thing I assemble. So I have to take these out. We will just temporarily put that on there. Can tighten it later to get it adjusted the way we want it. The control panel has to be hooked together. They're color coded, and you can see that there's a male and a female end, just like that. Nice weatherproof protector there. There's a red one here. I think it might go to the headlight or something. I haven't gotten that far yet. Ooh, yeah. We'll put this derailleur protector on. One thing I wanted to mention is the fenders, front and back, are both molded. They're not metal, so those will never rust out. That's a really good feature. Let's see what we got in here. Oh. Brake light. This will just mount onto here. And I secured the brake light, so that's all set. We'll straighten out all these wires after the fact. I've already pulled off or taken out the screws to hold this together. And now we'll mount the light. I'm not sure if I'm coordinated enough for this. It'd be nice to have another hand. I think I can do it. Oh yeah. It was a little tricky getting in there, but we got it. And now you can see red to red. Make sure there's a slot so you know right where to put it. There it goes. Nice and weatherproof. That's that. These are marked left, right. This one says right side. Gonna be pretty hard to mess that up. They have a really good rough surface so your foot shouldn't slip on that. They're a reverse thread, this side as compared to the other side. I think the last thing to do is put the front tire on. The bike is all assembled except for the front wheel. So here's the deal. We got this plastic thing on here, and I've been concerned about just, it doesn't look like it belongs on there, but none of the pictures show it on there. So, yeah, I mean, it pulls really hard. Like, I don't know if I want to break it or not, but I've tugged on it, but not with all my might. That comes off really hard. It had to come off because this had to fit inside of the brake caliper. Let's just try tapping this. Ha ha! Oh, am I glad that came out. Pretty easy. Sorry. Sometimes I'm not very swift about things, eh? So, this does come off. Just feel confident in that when you do it. You could have assembled this on the floor, but I figure why have to bend over. So we'll lay that down. I'm also going to attach the wheel with it on the table here. All right, I'm going to remove this protective bracket. Let's see. There's that. Parts falling off. I'm sure they're not necessary parts. So this is like the axle that goes through the wheel and into here. And it's pretty simple. These springs, the cone shape has to stay to the inside on both sides. Let's see what we can do. I want to be really careful getting this in here. It has to fit in between the brake pads here. Don't want to force it by any means. There we go. Might just point out, this is what's going to tighten it. It'll curl over like that, and it'll make it tight. So we have to leave it released. Okay. And the spring, again with the narrow end in, and a nut. Just hand tightening that. I'm going to stand the bike up, make sure it's seated well. Now, feeling pretty good about that. Woo, look at that. That is cool. Putting a kickstand down. Okay. I feel like that's seated quite well. So I've hand tightened the nut. So now we just flip this over to tighten it. Yeah. I'm actually glad that goes hard. It's not terrible. But now you know that wheel is good and tight. Let's put it on the ground, see what it looks like. So the weight is somewhere around 75 pounds. Not too bad. Woo, look at that. Kickstand down. I'm going to take the table down so we can get a good clear look at this thing. Hey, let's point out something. I have not sat on a bike for, I don't know how long, 10 or 15 years. I wonder, think I'll remember it? Oh, look at that. So this feels comfortable for the seat height. It adjusts pretty easily. It has the same type of lever as on the front right here. Oh, it's loose. So I'm pretty sure that would move. I'm going to tighten that because who wants a loose bicycle seat, eh? I don't know why I said, I am not from Canada, just so you know. Eh? Okay, that's tightened. All right. It's got a nice storage rack there. Maybe I can put a toolbox on there. Let's see. I don't know. All right. Kickstand up. Think it backs up? Oh, it does. You're about to see the first time I've driven a bike in a long time. Oh, I like it. Brakes work. Front brake, back brake. Right here is the throttle and the handlebar. Let me turn the bike just a little bit. Okay. If you can see that, it's about a half turn, the throttle. So as you're driving, you can hold on. You hit that thumb, throttle. Your derailleur shifter, control panel here, and the screen here. I'll bring that around to show you. Oh. Get out of the way! That's a cute little bell. That would work well if you're on the road and you see a pedestrian or a dog. Get out of the way. I have fully charged the battery. It's pretty stout. It's looks like a really strong battery. With a lot of my power tools, I've had to deal with batteries, not nearly as big as this one. So again, there's slots for this to line up to. You come in from the side and slide it over, and it locks in place. And the key is to remove the battery again when you want to take it off. On the handlebar, you have the Shimano shifter. Currently it's in first. To shift up, you just tap this button. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Let's look down at the derailleur when I shift it. You can see it move when I hit the shifter on the handlebar. Or it doesn't move because it would have to move while pedaling. But it relieves the tension here and allows the chain to come down to the next sprocket and back to first. Press the power button for 2 seconds. And the screen lights up, shows your battery level, shows your pedaling level of how hard you want it to be. You can change that in settings. Shows what your speed is. Fortunately, inside the shop here, we're at 0. This button right here is the headlight. I put the whiteboard back there just so you can see that it's on. It also turns on the brake light. So over here again is the pedal assist. Right now it's on 1, so it would take less effort to pedal. There's a plus and a minus button over here if you want to increase that. So every time you hit the plus, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe 5 is the highest. You can reprogram it to go as high as 9. So you can gradiate how much assist you want to make it more gradual. Okay, even if you hit the I button is just showing your average speeds, trip, and so on. So you hit the minus to go less power, less pedal, more power, more power. So at 0, it's actually 0 pedal assist. So the bike would start with the throttle if you used it. If you have it on 0 and you're using the throttle and it takes off to get away from you, just hit the brakes and it disengages the motor. Okay, time for safety stuff, eh? Hey, stop saying that. Anyway, so HIMIWAY's got to come off, safety helmet on. It's always a good idea, especially knowing my driving. Hey, where's the button? Where's the snap? All right. All right, kickstand up. So theoretically, so I have it on 0 pedal assist. Theoretically, when I hit this throttle, it's going to go full battery, big door. So sometimes people say it lurches when you hit the throttle. If it does, make sure you have your hand on the brake ready. All right, let's see. It's not too bad, actually. Oh, it doesn't have reverse. We don't need reverse, right? Let's see. Boy, that is peppy. I think we ought to go out and ride around some more, see what goes on. I haven't seen any videos, YouTube videos showing this out in the snow. It's all been out in fun and sun. Sun and fun? Anyway, I think we're gonna take it out. All right. Kickstand down. I'm liking this so far. Power off. Oh, big day, big day. I got the little girl, my big daughter, okay? She's going to, this is what we're going to do. We're heading out onto the road. It's 30, 32 degrees. We're going to drive down the road. And there's a big hill. We're going to attempt to go down with snow on the road. It's sanded, but we're going to attempt that. We'll go down and we'll turn around in the church parking lot. What are you going to do?
I'm going to drive the truck.
Drive the truck.
Woohoo.
You need a step stool for the reach the gas pedal? I think she can do it.
Wow, okay.
All right.
All right, whatever.
So hang on, here we go. Ooh, it's a glorious day. We're going out, I say, going for a ride on the HIMIWAY Cruiser. What a day this will be. All right. Ding, ding. I love that bell. All right, I'm putting gloves on because it is rather cold. Okay, power up. On. And I'm not planning on pedaling at all. It's still showing a full battery. Let's see. Woohoo! Here we go. 15 miles an hour. It's just a little hill here. I'm going to help it up the hill a little bit. Well, it coasts pretty well down the hill. "23 miles an hour." Which brings up another point. So, do you have to license this thing? It is a powered bicycle, so to speak, or e-bike. So I looked it up, and there are 3 classifications. This, as it turns out, is a Class 2 e-bike. Class 2 means it will go, I think it's allowed to go up to 20 or 25 miles an hour. It's totally without pedal assist, so the motor will run it. And the motor can't be over 750 watts. And that's exactly what this motor is. Woohoo! So anyway, that's that. But I really like this. I've been excited to do this video. I don't know if you've could tell in my voice, but it's been fun. It's been a treat. I will use this a lot. Okay, hope you enjoyed this little video. Please leave a comment. Hit the like button. Watch it again.